this time, nothing's happened to me yet. Hello, animators. Hello, employees. Welcome back to another video of Bada Animating Incorporated. Today, we'll be trying out a new type of content, reaction. Yep, that's right. Today, we will be watching one of my favorite channels. I'm not subscribed to him yet, but I will be soon. His name is WRMZ. Let's just see what this guy has. Now, according to what I've watched so far, he makes videos about movies. So how about we get comfortable and let's watch some great. Let's sit down, get ready for content. All right, now first and foremost, we're gonna have to pick a video.
Before we even think.
Let's choose this one.
At Open Farm,
Ooh, we got ads. By the way, people, I don't know how to edit, and I don't have an editing platform, so we're gonna have to watch ads. Sorry, people.
Before we even think about getting into this video, I know that does not say what I think it says. I must be seeing things, because if not, that looks like 100,000 beautiful
All right, people, I would just like to congratulate this guy on this milestone. Fortunately, I myself have not reached a milestone yet, but subscribe to this video, like, comment, maybe comment, I'm not sure, that's optional. But you don't have to subscribe and like if you don't want to, employees. But if you do, it would really help. Maybe I can get some sponsorships and get that cha-ching, all right, people? Just know I'm not going to be doing this content forever. But anyways, enough about me. Let's get back onto the video.
extraordinary even people subscribe to the channel. Are you kidding me? That is nuts. Actually, that's a lot of people. I'm getting kind of nervous over here. But let's stop with the jokes. Let's get real over here, people. I could not express the joy that being able to make content for y'all has given me. And since we hit such a crucial milestone, I wanted to do something a little special for y'all. I asked a little bit ago what kind of video you want to see after we pass 100K, and one comment caught my eye. Can you please do movies that only have 100K budget or less for the special? And it got me thinking, what do we all love around here? Movies, scary shit, and dollar bills. Low budget horror movies. Each of the following movies were made with a $100,000 budget or less. And when you really think about that, if everyone subscribed to this channel pitched in just $1, we could hypothetically fund a horror movie, which is insane to think about. Don't get me started. We are in an era of YouTuber horror movies. Let's not get wild. Anyways, thank you all once again. And please, my friends, you still know the deal.
Yeah, people, subscribe, please. I beg you, please, please. Actually, wait. I'm not gonna force you. I'm a great guy. So, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you do subscribe, it would really help out me, my family, and the channel. Anyways, let's get back to this great video. Ooh, I've heard of this movie.
It's only right to start off with what is probably the most iconic low-budget horror movie ever made, only costing $60,000 to make and turning it into 248 million views. The Blair Witch Project starts with us looking at October 1994, where 3 student filmmakers are said to have disappeared in the woods, and 1 year later, their footage was found. This brings us to Heather Chino, who is showing us a house tour, explaining that they're heading to the woods in search for the legend of the Blair Witch, and we meet Mike and Josh at ass. They get loaded up for the weekend journey into the woods, and we learn that the kids are attempting to make a documentary film about the legend of the Blair Witch, a local myth. We cut to Heather doing her best narration, explaining the backstory of what this little town has to offer. They interview multiple locals about the legend, eventually learning about Rustin Parr. You see, Rustin lived deep in the woods and was on some black phone shit. Parr would snatch up kids 2 at a time and murk them while one of them faced the wall. Keep that story in your mind, okay? The 3 students...
Alright, guys. I know I pause this a lot, but it's because I'm not the best at reacting, but I'm willing to try it out. But anyways, what the heck is going on? I'm confused. Alright, I am very confused right now. Why? And Black Phone, great movie by the way, but what was wrong with the killer in that movie, honestly, though? He was on something. But anyways, enough yapping and waffling. Let's get back to the movie.
Up interviewing Mary, who claims she had an upfront encounter with the Blair Witch, but they blow her off, which doesn't seem too good for a documentary. Anyways, tomorrow morning they end up speaking to these fishermen who filled them in on a character named Robin Weaver. Back in 1888, Robin straight up vanished for 3 whole days, and when she returned, the only thing she could talk about was the woman whose feet never touched the ground. Motherfuckers think they say here out here in the woods. Anyways, the 3 of them end up hiking to Coffin Rock, where it said some human centipede shit went down. They get interrupted by heavy rain and are forced to camp out in the woods for the night. Next day, they make their way to Cemetery Trail, which is causing some tension between Heather and Mike because Mike Chino does not believe that Heather knows her way throughout the woods and believes that they are going to get lost. He was wrong, of course, and they stumble into 7 unmarked graves, which just so happens to align with the victim count of Rustin Parr. Josh bitch-ass ends up knocking over one of the graves, which is that could only end badly, Josh. There's nothing good that could come of that. They are woken up by some snapping sounds coming from deep within the darkness, and once again, the rain is messing with their ability to stay on track. As the night rolls around, they have no other choice but to set up camp once again, where not only is the snapping sound back, but 3 rock graves are built right outside of their tent. Heather is unable to locate the map she brought, aka the only source of direction that the 3 of them have access to. But try not to blame Heather, my friends, because a little later, Mike reveals during a laughing fit that he's the one who purposely kicked the only source of direction they have access to into the creek. That's 3 strikes, Mike. This is no longer a safe space for you. Josh and Heather seem to share my sentiment of...
Oh, Mike, you stupid. You stupid for real, bro. You done messed up. Now y'all dead. That is why y'all are dead. There's nothing to it. You just dead. You cooked. You are cooked. Mike is fired, bro. He fired, bro. He fired from life. His subscription is over.
Violence as the dukes begin to be thrown up between the 2 boys as Heather screams at him. This obviously doesn't lead them anywhere, and shit goes from bad to worse as they all stumble upon witchcraft stick figures hanging from the trees. Fear has consumed the crew by this point, and as another night falls on them, the sounds in the woods crank up to 11. We got random children's laughter, something is violently shaking the tent, and Josh, Heather, and Mike book it away from the campsite.
Yeah, that's
As
right.
daylight returned, they realized their campsite has been completely destroyed, alongside some of their belongings getting snatched up. Joshy Boy is at his breaking point. Mike is singing shanties in the woods, and the crew realizes that they have been walking around.
Alright. What is wrong with this Mike dude? Alright, man, I'm getting tired of hearing him cooking his team. I mean, gosh. I thought that celebrities were bad. This is worse. Well, since this movie is about low-budget movies, I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant about a high-budget movie. Y'all are gonna think I'm bad. I'm a bad person for this probably, because all my friends think I am. But I don't like the Wicked series. I know. Horrible, but I said it. I don't like the Wicked trilogy. Wicked 1, Wicked for Good. I just don't like them. I don't know. I think I prefer the Wizard of Oz, alright? Let's just keep it chill, alright? Hey. You. Calm down. Alright? Calm down. and hold your horses. I forgot what I was gonna say, Loki. But let's just get back to the video. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Circles for the past day. Josh decides to turn his attention onto Heather as he rage baits her for getting them involved in this mess. The Blair Witch clearly does not appreciate Josh's attempt to place blame on Heather, as next morning, my dude is just gone, vanished. Mike and Heather decide to move along with Josh, but they don't get too far as at night they hear him pleading for help. Heather ends up finding Brochachino's shirt tied up with a bunch of twigs. In this bundle, Heather finds signs that Josh is definitely a little fucked up. She does not tell Mike her findings to ensure that panic does not escalate. At night, Heather realizes that it's probably over for them and apologizes to everyone's family for getting them involved with this. They are woken up by Josh's pleas once again, which they decide to follow this time. I don't know why though, considering Heather knows that Josh is definitely dead. This takes them to
Alright, man, what the heck? What is wrong with these guys, bro? As soon as my friend goes missing, I'm going north. I'm keep going north. And, and guess what? I'm still gonna go north. Because I feel like north, if I go there, at least I'll end up with Santa Claus's phone. I mean, gosh, so bad it just made me fall. But dang, bro, what the heck? Anyways, yeah, let's just get back to watching this.
Random house in the middle of the woods, where, of course, bloody handprints fill the walls.
Yep.
Fortunately for them, Joshy Boy is heard in the basement. Unfortunately for them, Joshy Boy is heard in the basement. The movie ends with Mike staring at the wall as Heather gets off screen.
Oh. Okay, I think I've watched this movie
The
before.
Gallows. This movie absolutely blows my mind for multiple reasons, in fact. Not only was this movie made on a $100,000 budget, making $42.9 million at the box office, but unlike the Blair Witch Project, this movie was garbage. Who was watching this? It's not like it was a pioneer or anything. This shit came out in 2015, making 430 times your budget on a crisp 15% is something that I can only respect. The Gallows begins at a school play where it seems to be a Wild West piece, considering they got the orange backdrop, Wild West clothing, and of course my man's Charlie is on the gallows. As the final act of the play is about to start, a stage malfunction causes Charlie to start hanging prematurely. Oh, and also, how motherfuckers hanging for realsies? Charlie dies, and I'm already questioning why my bro Nino was hooked up to a functional noose for a school play in the first place. The cameras are cut and we fast forward 20 whole years, which, by the way, there is no way this school would ever do this play ever again after publicly hanging one of their students, but doo-doo found footage film is gonna doo-doo found footage film. Through our cameraman's constant blabbering, we learned that this dude Reese, your classic high school jock, is auditioning for the main role so that he can get closer to this woman, Viper, your classic theater kid. You might wonder why Reese would do such a thing. Well, he's got a little crushy crush on Viper and is willing to do whatever it takes. The only problem is that his acting skills blow balls. Anyways, the cameraman, aka Ryan, does not agree with Reese's attempt to get closer to his crush. We interview a multitude of people who speak upon the events of 20 years ago, and we learn that these three individuals are trying their very hardest to be the most unlikable human being on planet Earth.
Yo, employees, I have to go do something real quick. Be back soon. Alright guys, we back.
Ryan convinces both Cassidy, his girlfriend, and Reese to sneak back into the school at night to trash the set of the play, claiming if the play is canceled, Reese can use comfort to sliver his way onto Viper's radar. Which is completely redundant considering Reese genuinely likes Viper, and if Reese just learned his lines and got better at acting, he would have a much better chance with Viper than ruining her whole night and stomping on her passions for this play. But I guess he doesn't agree with me because later at night, Ryan, Reese, and Cassidy break into the school.
Call it strange, but we get it. Good
Great
Energy
ad.
thinks providing great electricity plans and free pet perks is just beautiful, but also a little strange. Good Charlie Energy, power to the pet people.
Cassidy. I think we can do that.
Oh, jeez.
I said next.
Built to jump it in.
Oh my gosh, it's hard to do it with these characters to press the buttons.
And to make memes.
And
They
skip.
play pranks, mock the dude from earlier, Charlie, and destroy the set. And by destroy the set, I mean knock over some plants. Man, that is trash. Y'all call that vandalism? This takes 2 seconds to pick these set pieces back up. The Bozo crew is interrupted by Viper, and she asks them what they're doing there, but what the hell is she doing there? Reese slides straight through his teeth as Cassidy resets the stage. And look, it's taking her like 1 second to reset the damages. This whole plan was for nothing. Cassidy convinces Ryan to leave, but of course, all of the doors in the building won't open, leaving the four of them trapped inside the schoolyard. Pissed off, Cassidy spills the beans about the vandalism right in front of Viper, which causes her to storm off. However, as she returns to the theater, not only is the set fully intact, but the noose has retied itself back on the gallows.
Oh.
The crew tries everything to escape the building, like holding the phone up and looking for keys and not using the drill. They have to unscrew the back door, like, hey, let's have wind up. Viper ends up finding a hidden room in the school, which leads to a TV broadcast recapping the events of 1993. We learn Charlie wasn't even supposed to play that role in the play, but filled in for the lead actor who called out sick. This ends up being Reese's father, Rick. As they get split up, Ryan finds another hidden room showing signs that something else is in the school with them. As the group reunites, Cassidy is yanked into the air, sending the group into a frenzy. Ryan has the balls to blame Reese for all this, which might make me whoop his ass in a second. They get interrupted as Viper notices an air vent unit that they could use to climb through to escape. Ryan takes the helm, but is quickly launched off the ladder by the ghost, breaking his leg in the process. Reese and Viper head to the nurse's office, but once again the door is locked. And for some reason, Ryan's girlfriend Cassidy leaves Ryan all alone in the theater with a broken leg.
Oh my gosh.
This is free eats. Reese then receives a call from Charlie letting him know that he is next.
Oh, and for the employees who don't know what Thanos just said, he said, "I'm gonna have to break your neck. That's just the way it is."
Cassidy is also a barbecue chicken, and Reese decides to pull the fire alarm to get some help. This is when Viper is yoinked by Charlie, leading them both to the theater. The lights flash on, which causes both of them to act out the play for some reason. What are you doing? Get your ass up and run! This ass clown Reese willingly puts the noose around his neck, and well, the big reveal is that Viper is actually the daughter of Charlie and this random woman from the beginning that everyone forgot about. The movie ends with 2 police officers catching the business from what they're calling the cheapest jump scare ever.
Alright, guys. Alright, employees. This is the last bit. This
You may
is the
think
last
you
one.
need millions upon millions of dollars to make a movie, but Creep would have to disagree. Made on a budget of only 500 doubloons. We start out this one with Aaron, who is a videographer, and my brethren is strapped for cash and decides to take a gig recording a complete stranger in the middle of the woods. Now, I would usually flame Aaron for this awful judgment call, but a grand a day is a grand a day. We cut to Joseph jump scaring Aaron as he waits in the car. We don't know why Joseph is all sweaty and heavy breathing, but he shows Aaron around his crib.
Yeah.
He explains that he only has
Makes
2 to
sense.
3 months left to live, and since his wife Angela is pregnant, he needs Aaron to document his life for his unborn child. Joseph breaks the ice instantly on this video deal by getting
Okay, bro. Nah. What is going on? Yo, guys. This is turning out a little weird now. Now I know why they're low budget. Because nobody would take their ideas. Because they stupid.
butt-ass naked and taking a bath on film. What the fuck? Who
What?
wants to see that, Joe? Not even your unborn child wants to see that. Dude starts role-playing giving his unborn child a bath, and the mood insta-flips by him attempting to drown himself. Aaron needs to take a step back to get some fresh air. This is when he stumbles upon Peach Buzz, a Halloween wolf mask, where obviously a musical number is ordered. We cut to the 2 of them driving into the woods where Joseph scares Aaron once again.
Musical
They completely get
number?
lost in the woods, but ultimately end up finding the pure of heart stream, where they jump around in the water. This leads us to a diner where Joseph asks Aaron if he's ever done anything that he's ashamed of. Aaron tells a story about how he used to piss his pants a lot, and this leads Joseph to reveal that he's been spying on Aaron from the beginning. At night, Aaron wants to skedaddle, but Joseph convinces him to stay for just one drink. This was never going to end well, and of course, Joseph reveals that Peach Fuzz was not a Halloween costume and was used to do unspeakable acts to his wife. After this confession, Aaron wants to GTFO, but can't seem to find his keys. Joseph convinces him to stay the night, but Aaron knows that something is off. Yeah, you think? So he puts some sleeping pills into Joseph's drink and tries to pickpocket his shit as he sleeps. This is when Joseph's phone begins to ring, and in order to not wake him up, Aaron answers it. We learn it's Angela, who, by the way, is not Joseph's wife, but instead is his sister. She tells Aaron that he needs to haul ass out of the house because there is a number of problems with Joseph that is far too many to count. The call gets disconnected. Joseph is not sleeping anymore. In fact, Aaron can't find him at all. Joseph pops back up with tears in his eyes, scared for his soon-to-be fake death. Aaron, dumbass, reveals that he knows what the real situation is, which is such a terrible idea, man. You gave away your only leverage. This news pushes Joseph into full attack mode as he dons the Peach Fuzz mask.
Yo, what is going on?
Subtitle off. Checkbox checked. Full screen button.
What is going on? Hold up, guys. I need to fix this. Employees, the technical difficulty has been resolved. Now we can get back to the video.
And blocks the door. An off-screen fight happens, which ends up with Aaron back at his house. So we can assume Aaron whooped that Wolfie's ass. But it's never over, is it? Because Aaron continues to get ominous videos in the mail, meaning Bro Chachino has his address. Why are we not moving houses, states, countries?
For real. Honestly though, if somebody stalked me and then got my address, I'm moving galaxies at that point, bro. I don't think I could probably live in a world where some dude I work for that's psycho knows my address. Alright? I just can't live in that world. Just can't. Back to the video. I said back to the video.
Is this dude stupid? Aaron continues to have nightmares about Joseph as he continues to receive odd pieces of mail from him. And we're not calling the cops because Aaron is the dumbest human being on the planet. At night, Joseph pulls up to the house, and after some evasive maneuvers, Joseph is now recording Aaron sleeping, taking strands of his hair and sending him videos of himself sleeping in the mail. I know the police said that they couldn't really do anything because nothing has happened yet, but he has all of this recorded. Like literally everything. Just send them the whole tape to the police department and run. Aaron decides that the best course of action is to do the absolute opposite of running and agrees to meet with Joseph at the park to lay this to rest. And not only does the situation get laid to rest, but so does Aaron as Joseph sneaks up behind him, fully peach fuzzed out, and murks this dude in broad daylight. Joseph then gets on cam and starts flaming Bro for being so naive and stupid. We learn Aaron was not the first, as the camera pans to multiple videotapes stored in Joseph's cabinet. We also hear Joseph calling himself Bill, reeling in a new victim. Overall, it doesn't take millions of dollars, crazy special effects, and extremely bloody kills to make a masterfully done horror movie. Sometimes all it takes is a little passion, found footage filming, and a community of people that know quality when they see it. Once again, thank you all so much for 100,000 subscribers. You all have truly changed my life. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments which low-budget horror movies you like.
Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna have to end the video right there. And it's been nice watching the video with you. I like to give the full credit for giving me the idea from this beautiful YouTuber right here. And without further ado, goodbye.